Hello everyone, this is Derek. No one does social distancing better than this artist. He's Ni Zan, from the Yuan dynasty of China. How does he quarantine himself? Well, Ni Zan is good at landscape painting. In fact, he's so good at it that he uses landscape paintings to distance himself. This is one of his landscape paintings. Actually, most of his landscape paintings look quite similar. Some forest in the front, empty space in the middle, and mountains and islands in the back. And what's really Ni Zan about it is that you see a pavilion in the foreground, and the pavilion would always be vacant. Nobody's there. Well, then why do you bother to paint a pavilion? Well, in China, a pavilion is usually for social gathering, where you would meet up with friends, chat with them, or send them off. And usually, there are people underneath these pavilions in Chinese landscape paintings. It's different from a house. A house is walled, it's private, but a pavilion is an open space. But Ni Zan goes, nope, no people. His networking doesn't look like an open space at all. In fact, Ni Zan painted this landscape for his dear friend as they were parting. If they say goodbye to each other, that scene would usually happen at the pavilion. But no, Ni Zan still didn't want to put his friend there, nor himself. You never see figures painted in his landscapes. But this is not it. Do you see this massive body of emptiness right in the middle? It suggests water and cloud, and on the other side of this water and cloud is finally where Ni Zan wants to reside. This island in the background is his utopia. He's not only defying socializing, but also keeping himself far away from it, geographically, compositionally, whatever he can employ, just not let the earthly reality touch him. He's like, I'm gonna quarantine myself as harsh as possible. I recently saw many art memes about social distancing, like in The Last Supper, everybody's gone. In Edward Hopper's Nighthawks, customers in the bar disappeared. Well, I have to say, none of them comes close to Ni Zan. In Ni Zan's landscape, there is no people at the outset. You don't even need to Photoshop it into a meme. And that is really up a notch. Ni Zan is a neat freak. It's not only in his day-to-day hygiene that he likes to be clean, or that his paintings are clean of people. He's also a neat freak socially. He only hangs out with a few people he likes, and he would not say a word when in conversations with people he doesn't like. And this is his famous line from Ni Zan himself. My spirit would become vulgar, even if I make a sound in those conversations. Come on, this unsociable man. Let's look at Ni Zan's landscape once again. They really set a high standard for what social distancing ought to be. It also reminds us about how to read Chinese landscape paintings. It's not mirroring the reality, it's higher than the reality. It's not a scenic view you can capture while hiking, but a reflection of one's idealized condition, and Ni Zan's ideal condition just happens to be the least prone to coronavirus. In Chinese art, a landscape painting and the beautiful nature in it is just a host of the inner nature of the artist, like this one, and this one. That's why we don't care what location this painting is of, but who Ni Zan, the artist, really is. Well, lastly, I urge you, during this coronavirus outbreak, let's all be Ni Zan for a moment.